To talk about this interesting topic. So we have Roy Cake. Roy Cake is the managing director of DeFi. Roy, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you. You're welcome. So also joining us is Dilip Kumar Patria. He is a content architect and consultant. Dilip, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra. Pleasure to have you, Dilip. I am the moderator, Lee, the CEO of CoinNewsExtra. So this program is proudly sponsored by MTech, Nimedis Ecosystem, and HotCoin. So let's go straight to the topic of the day, starting a
Hello.
career. Yeah, we are hearing you,
Thank
Dilip.
you, Lee, for.
Yeah, I can hear you. No. So we are talking about starting a career in blockchain and cryptocurrency. So we've seen what is happening in our world today with the pandemic and everything. Things are going haywire. So we want to know how some people in different sectors can start a career in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. So that's why we came up with this interesting topic. So let me start with you, Roy Keck. What are some of the opportunities in blockchain and cryptocurrency before we
Thank you so much for asking having me on this discussion. I think you have bring up some very good points on currently amidst this COVID-19, right? Actually, blockchain and cryptocurrency may not be as affected because as we see recently with the decentralized finance boom, massive increase in projects, and with the massive increase in projects, there's a massive increase in jobs. So with the massive increase in jobs, we definitely are looking at having a lot of opportunities in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space, right? So with that being said, I think there are different type of opportunities, but however, I'd like to actually kindly highlight on some of the different types of career opportunities in blockchain and cryptocurrency. I think one of the main factor right now, being in the tech industry, right, is that we definitely have to have tech-enabled literacy. So, for example, the developers are highly sought after. In fact, I'm working with a couple of DeFi projects. So I have been looking around for, I'm looking around on LinkedIn, right? So I look around on LinkedIn, and many of my friends, my clients are actually actively posting on finding developers. So with a lot of developers per se, I think technology developers, blockchain developers, app developers, UI UX designers, there are so many career opportunities right now. So, and one of the benefits in the blockchain right now, especially among COVID-19, right, is that everybody is working from home. So the career opportunities doesn't have to limit to being geographically located somewhere. It can be anywhere, right? It can be from Singapore, it can be with you in Africa, right? So there's so many more kind of opportunities right now. You don't have to be based there, or you don't even have to be working physically in the specific countries that the project is located. So I believe that personally, there's a lot of career opportunity right now for developers, for marketing alike.
Interesting. There are a lot of opportunities in the ecosystem. So Dilip, are you still with us? What are some of the career opportunities in blockchain and cryptocurrency?
Yeah, Lee. There are a lot of opportunities provided by blockchain technology, and they are like as a blockchain developer, as a solution architect, project manager, UX designer, quality engineer, legal consultant, data scientist. So these are some of the mainland roles people can work for. And along with this, there are several ancillary jobs as well, like content marketers, crypto journalists, accountants. There are public relations. There are marketing people. There are analysts. There are ICO advisors. So there is a whole slew of employment opportunities that blockchain has brought to us. And even LinkedIn has mentioned that blockchain is the most sought after technology in 2020. And anyone who has the right set of skills is sure to get a very good job and very good career opportunities in the field.
Interesting. We've been able to see some of the opportunities in this space. So, having mentioned these opportunities people can see. So, it's not every, like you mentioned, blockchain programming and other sectors, marketing. There are people that doesn't have those skills. So, what are some of the skills to acquire when starting a career in crypto and blockchain? Dilip, let me continue with you.
Yeah. Regarding the skills, I think at the when you are pursuing your studies, you need to set your goals. I mean that if you want to make a career as a programmer, you will have to choose a proper software learning program, the a program that enables you learn the proper programming skills used in the blockchain technology like Scala, C++, Solidity, and these kind of programming languages. So with these kind of, if someone knows these programming languages, they can start as a software developer in the field, and thereafter when they gain proper experience and with the right attitude, they can become later a blockchain architect, or they can progress as a project manager. And so this is for the a career as a blockchain developer. And if you are good in writing, you can pursue a career as a content journalist or a writer. And there are so many projects, many new projects are coming in the field, and writers are in huge demand in the field. And if you have good writing skills, and if you have got proper understanding of the field, you can get very good opportunities as a writer here. And along with that, for every new cryptocurrency agency requires proper content marketing as well. Requires proper content marketing as well. So anyone who has good marketing skills, they know how to go for digital marketing. If they know how to go for traditional marketing, they can make out a career as a content marketer. Then there is accountancy. If someone has proper skills in accounting, they can go as a financial analyst in the field. Cryptocurrency is an extension of finance technology. So if someone is good in finance, if they have proper knowledge of finance and accountancy, they can go for financial technology. So there is a string of skills, and depending on the inherent skills you have, and these and the education you have earned, you can choose from all these anyone from all these opportunities.
Interesting, interesting. Dilip, you've been able to mention these careers. Still with you, Dilip. How can one acquire these careers? Are there some platforms or places where one, if for example, if I'm interested in blockchain programming or content creation, how can I get these skills if I don't have it? Are there places?
See, I think that everyone should properly guess, and everyone has the ability to consider what inherent skills they have got. I mean that if someone is good in analyzing things, they have analytical skills, so they may choose programming, and then they may search for the proper programming courses, and especially they can pursue a course that offers them skills in C++, Scala, and Solidity. So the first step is to find out what inherent skill they have, and later after, the second step is to choose a proper programming course. Likewise, when it comes to writing, if the first thing is that a person should have the proper interest in writing and reading. So that is the first requirement. After that, the person should try to gain proper understanding of the subject, and for that, they will have to read a lot. Uh, as more you read, you become as good a writer. So if you are good in reading, you will become a good writer. So just please continue, go on reading, and go for a course like mass communication or journalism, and it will help you hone your skill, and thereafter you can pursue your career.
Interesting. That's very, very much interesting. Roy, let me get back to you. What are some of the skills to acquire? You've been able to see what Dilip explained. Are there some things you need to add to that?
I think for me, it's pretty different from what you mentioned. I believe that yes, there's a lot of different verticals in the blockchain space that require a different subset, right? But that doesn't necessarily means that it's a necessary skill to be entering into blockchain companies. You can have content creation skills that doesn't necessarily apply to being in a blockchain companies or blockchain projects, right? Or likewise for accountant, they can go and apply for any accounting firms like the Big Four, right? The EY, KPMG, PwC, Deloitte. So, but what I feel is the most important skill sets that they should have if they are looking at going to blockchain is to equip themselves with their blockchain literacy skills. They need to understand the lingo. They need to understand how the blockchain function. They need to understand how cryptocurrency normally works. Right? What are the difference in the different type of cryptocurrency? What is the difference with the different blockchain protocols? Because at the end of the day, the key things and the key differentiation between the blockchain companies and normal traditional companies are that the blockchain literacy, right? Which is very important, I personally believe. And the way for me forward, I feel for most of the companies, I would say, or for people who are applying to such companies, I feel that companies should actually look at blockchain literacy skills for each of their employees. They can be good content marketers, they can be good PR personnel, they can be good accountants, but at the end of the day, they do not know what they're dealing with, which is the industry they're dealing with, is tough for them to be sustainable in that career, because for blockchain and cryptocurrency is really a different grade pay altogether as compared to traditional companies. Because for us at DeFi, we do work with a lot of blockchain clients, and we do hire traditional PR marketers on board, but it's tough for them at the start to definitely get a hang of it, which is why we send them for courses, we send them for upgrading for blockchain literacy, which is very, very important in my personal opinion.
Interesting. You've been able to do justice to that. You've been able to get your opinion from Dilip and get your own opinion on that, because this is very interesting and something that should be discussed for people to really understand. Like you said, Roy, people, even though they have the skills, they still need to go and acquire the blockchain. So we've been able to experience it also over here at CoinNewsExtra, because some people, even though you are a good writer, if you don't have knowledge about the space, you're not going to be doing very well in the space. So that brings us to the next question. So we've been seeing how the current state of the world now with this pandemic, so many sectors have been really affected very badly. So what is the state of blockchain and cryptocurrency during this pandemic? And is it a good time for one to venture into the space? Roy, let me start with you.
Okay, so I think there's two different questions, right? So first is definitely on how's the entire landscape now, right? As the second, is it a good time to venture? So let me answer the first point right here, whether if this is a good state to be in right now. I think all of us right now have seen that, with the COVID-19 and with the pandemic coming in, right? There has been quite some time, close to about 6 months to 8 months. I feel that definitely it does affect the market. I mean, it does affect companies regarding the working efficiency. However, if you do look at the market sentiment right now, DeFi, decentralized finance is booming, right? Things are going crazy all over at that point of time. So, and there's like lots and lots of projects pivoting into decentralized finance. There are new projects coming into decentralized finance. So, with that being said, I feel that it doesn't really affect that much as long as companies are able to pivot in time when it comes to working from home arrangements and dedicating their business continuity plan and stuff like this. I don't think it really affects that much when it comes to the market per se. So, however, with regards to the second question on whether it's a good time to venture into it now, I think this has been the key problem in the industry. It's not about whether do you think it's a good time to be in now because the market is great, the coins prices are going up. It's the wrong mindset to have. It's whether your project solve a certain problem for the industry, solve a certain problem for the entire economy as a whole. Do your problem solve a thing? Do your project have utility? Do your project provides certain solutions? I think there's never a timing where it is based on the coin price. If projects just look at the market sentiments in terms of the coin price and penetrate into it as the sole factor, they are bound to fail. Because at the end of the day, if you are just in it for quick cash, for the money, I would personally feel that you shouldn't be in the game of blockchain at all.
Interesting. That's interesting. Dilip, what's your take on that? What's the current state of blockchain and crypto during this pandemic? And is it a good time for one to venture into this space?
Well, I think that as the boom in decentralized finance has shown, in fact, crypto has gained a lot in the pandemic, and with people staying at home, they are finding more time to research on the crypto and invest in it, and probably that is one of the reasons behind the boom in decentralized finance. But along with it, there is one more aspect of this thing. For instance, there has been uh, there has been an idea in the U.S. Congress that there should be a sovereign cryptocurrency introduced. And what I think is that if the governments all across the world decide to bring in their sovereign currency later, and so that will be a there will be some problem. There can be some problem because of that for the crypto agency at a later stage. So it can be good and it can be bad. Time will tell about it.
It can be good, it can be bad to join the crypto space. We've been able to know we are in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space, and we've been able to see how things are going, most especially over here in Africa. People now, because of the pandemic, who are staying at home are finding an interest in the crypto and blockchain space, finding a career in it, because this is we have really entered the 21st century. So we people now sitting at home looking for alternatives to their finance. So that's why we are also talking about this topic today. So before we continue, in case you are just joining us, this is CoinNewsExtra weekly virtual blockchain and cryptocurrency panel discussion. Actually, this is the 23rd episode. So we have a personality and expert in the space who are doing amazingly well. We have Roy Ked, who is the managing director of DeFi, and we also have Dilip Kumar Patrinia, content architect and consultant. They both have joined us to talk about this interesting topic. So, this program is proudly sponsored by MTech, Limited Ecosystem, and Hotcoin. So, in case you are joining us and you have questions to ask to our panelists, you can drop your questions on the question and answer box or on the chat box. So, we'll be able to look at your questions and answer them. So, moving forward, let me look at this. What are some things to be done? You know, people, there are some things one should do when it comes to a young space, because this space is very young. It has not been that. It's just barely 10 years, the crypto and blockchain space. So what are some of the things to be done to encourage more people into the space? Let me start with you, Roy.
Thank you so much. So basically, I think your question is quite unique. So I think it really depends on what are they interested in the space for, what are they trying to come in for. If they're interested in how crypto is actually changing how the world works in terms of transaction per se, or in terms of bank to unbank per se, then yeah, I think there's way that they could definitely read out more about it through YouTube videos, through such webinars organized like you, where they can learn more about it. I think that's definitely one way that's very good for them to understand. But however, if they are looking at it in a career perspective, I think it's good to understand more about the entire space and landscape as a whole, in terms of attending more online events, in terms of understanding more through research of market research, market studies, how's the crypto job scope like, how is the crypto company growing, and stuff like this, and also understand if they really truly have a passion for the entire ecosystem or the entire, I say, industry as a whole. Because if they do come in, and we definitely, as one of the industry players ourselves, we do hope that they come in with genuine interest for the thing. Because if you don't have interest in something, you don't have passion in something, it's very hard for them to take it as a career. However, last but not least, if they are interested in as crypto as one of the traders per se, then I think it's very good to start small. Take lesser risks, understand how the market liquidity works, how volatile it is or how not volatile it is, what sort of risk, what sort of appetite they're looking at. And then, yeah, I think there's definitely different ways that they could definitely explore with.
Yes, I'm trying to say, still, Roy, what are the things we that are in the sector should do to get more people into the ecosystem, to encourage more people? Are there things that should be done, like, from your own point of view, to draw more people into the ecosystem?
You mean what are the things that should be done as one of the industry
To
players?
get,
Or
yeah, to get more people into the space.
I think having more quality content is great. Get them more informed because people need to make informed decisions, right? I mean, to let them know more about the space, more of the behind the scene. We don't just want to show them, that the world is, full of sunshine and rainbows, right? We want to let them know more about, what's the truth behind it. What's the day-to-day life behind it? What's the life between a certain project entrepreneur? What's the life between an agency entrepreneur and stuff like this? I think it's very important for them to really understand what's things like behind the scene instead of just reading things off YouTube and watching videos of YouTube and reading things off media that's saying what crypto is going well and all this industry to be in and stuff like this.
Interesting. Dilip, what are some of the things to be done to encourage more people into the crypto and blockchain ecosystem?
Oh, well, first point, I will endorse Roy's view that people should be informed more about the technology. And the more informed they are, the more willing they will be to participate in crypto. Along with that, I think that many people find the crypto quite complex. I mean that if someone logs in a DeFi website, most of the terms they won't be able to understand. So if we are able to remove some of the complexities in crypto trading and DeFi trading, we will be able to bring in more people in the industry.
Let me see if there is seeing. Let's check some questions from our audience. Let's see if there. I'm seeing Ayodele Precious. Someone is asking questions. Please, what are the opportunities that can be leveraged on cryptocurrency and blockchain if choosing it as a career path? Did you understand the question?
Yeah.
So anybody can answer it. Just open if you have answer to it.
Yeah, I'm okay to answer it. I think definitely regarding opportunities, I think it's very, very similar to what I mentioned just now. It really depends on what is your skill set. Correct. What's your base and underlying skill set? And to like what Dilip has mentioned earlier on, you need to understand your underlying skill set first. For example, if your skill set is in content writing and you're interested in blockchain, and then you can learn more about blockchain through the various channels, understand and increase your blockchain literacy, and then you can be a journalist, you can be a PR manager, you can be a digital marketer. Really depends. So if your skill set is different, is a developer per se, then you can understand more about is your skill set in the developing community, in what type of different programming languages, and then are you comfortable with pivoting into a blockchain developers. So these are actually a different type of questions that you need to ask yourself before deciding on choosing if you think that blockchain is a career for you.
Dilip, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think that I have, as I have already mentioned, that there are basically careers like programmer, content marketer, and accountant, and PR, and so on. So the first step is to find what are inherent skills in you, and what things you are interested in, and then accordingly find a course in that particular line and pursue that career. So it depends on your own inherent skills, basically.
Okay. I don't know if there is any other question. We are almost drawing the curtain on today's episode. If you still have questions while we engage our panelists, you can still ask questions. Please, finally, let me get your closing remark. Roy, what's your closing remark?
So for me, I think right now, generally, I could feel that more and more people are actually looking into a blockchain, especially with the new decentralized finance boom. However, I really like to let everyone know that for blockchain side of things, it's very important before you come into it as a career option. It's not trying to scare and deter anyone. I mean, I really welcome everyone to come into it because I feel that more people should come into blockchain. to understand more, to grow the entire ecosystem, to grow the entire economy together. However, I feel that you should really read out more to understand if this is really your passion, if this is really your interest, and do you think what sort of career goals you are trying to achieve if you are stepping into this industry. And I really welcome everyone to join us. Join the blockchain economy, and of course, last but not least, DeFi ourselves. We are still actively hiring. So if anyone is in PR and digital marketing, and also you are interested in coming to the blockchain space, you can feel free to reach out to us. And last but not least, thank you CoinNewsExtra for inviting me for this panel. I really enjoyed it, and thank you Dilip for being one of the panelists as well. Nice discussion.
Thank you very much, Roy. You mentioned that you are hiring. So we have good talents here in Nigeria. So anyone that is listening to us, if you are interested, you reach out to us. We'll connect you to Roy for any opportunity they are that is available in the platform. So what's your closing remark, Dilip?
I think that blockchain is a very lucrative field right now, and there are plenty of career opportunities provided you have got the right skills. So just analyze what you are good at, get the right course, and and I am sure you will be able to carve out a very good career in the field.
Okay, interesting. We have like 2 minutes before we go, and we have a question here. I don't know. Let's see if we can take it before we go. It says, still with Ayodele Precious. I am a student in the head sector. How can I key myself in to the career prospects on blockchain and cryptocurrency?
I think I am a writer, so I think I can point it out with the writer's perspective. And blockchain has plenty of uses in the healthcare. So you can do a bit of research to find out how blockchain helps in the health sector, and you can then begin your career as a writer in that field, writing on health blockchain for healthcare, and there is quite a demand for that kind of writers, and you will be able to make a career in it.
Okay, interesting. That brings us to the end. Do you have anything, Roy, to say?
I'm good. I'm not a healthcare expert, but however, I feel that right now, health tech is definitely there's a lot of med tech, health tech industries, blockchain companies that's focused on it. There's MediChain and etc. So I think you can look around with it. I think some of them are actually actively hiring. I mean, although I'm not healthcare experts, but I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. We are so grateful to our panelists who took our time to join us today, and we are also grateful to our participants who took our time also to join us. So thank you very much, Roy Keck, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra.
Thank you for having
you
me.
too.
Thank you, Roy, for joining us.
Okay, thank you, Lee. Thank you, Roy.
Okay,
thank you.
Bye bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye
bye.
bye.
Have a great day.
Okay, bye bye.
Have a good day.
Yeah.